Grief is the state that no one talks about, but everyone experiences. 3 years ago, I would have told you that grief was beatable, but I couldn't have been more wrong. In the start of 2019, my father began experiencing unexplained changes in behavior. This, coupled with a reinvigorated abuse of alcohol, made his behaviors unstable and dangerous. Over the course of 9 months, I saw someone I so deeply loved become someone I so deeply feared. After he threatened the lives of myself and my family, I left with no notice and no time to prepare. I moved in with my grandmother, only to have our family ripped apart by legal battles over custody rights and financial arrangements. This all seemed to perfectly coincide with the COVID-19 pandemic. I went from having a perfect school life and an unstable home life to losing any hope for normalcy. Through COVID-19, I managed to push through, finishing my high school career with less than ideal circumstances. Those 2 years were hard, but that was only the beginning. This past summer, I began the exciting process of preparing to move into college, only to have that excitement put on hold. On the same day in mid-June, my mother and my grandmother were diagnosed with aggressive breast cancer and terminal lung cancer, respectively. I saw my two guardian figures through the trauma with my father become helpless and vulnerable, both physically and mentally. In addition to preparing to become a full-time college student, I began managing treatment schedules and running 2 households. When August rolled around and it was time for me to move away, I had the chance to visit my grandmother and console her through her weakened conditions. Little did I know, this would be the last time I'd see her alive. So, here I am. A freshman at Notre Dame who's lost people, relationships, security, financial support, and many of the things I thought were most important. I'm living each day, making sense of my past and trying to find hope for my future. I now know what the world of grief looks like. We're all grieving, but wear masks to hide our pain. I emerged today on fire with a desire to tear down the facades of our most shared and humane virtue, grief. The study of grief support has not just become my interest, but my life. Whatever you may be grieving, I invite you to be honest about it. I promise you that you will never feel so empowered than when you're vulnerable. So, I share this story with you today, wading through my own sea of pain, trying to shift my tides of grief to the tides of hope. I see a possibility of brighter tomorrows, and I'm hoping that you do too. So, whatever you may be going through, no matter how hard it may be, I hear you, I see you, and I want to make things a little bit easier for you.